Is Barron Trump a time traveler for real? Maybe Barron Trump is from the past or the future. It's Tinfoil Tuesday.
So if you like exposing truth and dropping truth bombs, then welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday.
I want the truth!
Well, a big shazam to you people. Talking about time travel today should be fun. We're going to talk about Barron Trump in just a minute, but I've got a bunch of different examples to hopefully get you thinking about things and time travel. A lot of folks find it very interesting. I find as I was working through this, I started thinking about the Lord and how the Lord exists outside of time. Before, it says in the Christian Bible, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And so that's separated outside of time. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons that we like talking and thinking about this stuff, the idea of getting outside of the space-time continuum. Should be fun. I'm going to send you in a lot of different directions. Today's episode is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. Heaven forbid if you ever have to be a first responder. Medical Gear Outfitters has you covered. They pack everything into kits and bags that you're going to need if the worst happens. From the mom medical bag, y'all know I like that one, or individual first aid kits. Hey, use my code DRAMALLAMAGO when you get there. Tell them I sent you. It's DRAMALLAMAGO when you get to medicalgearoutfitters.com. Big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Skinny Medic and crew. You people, thanks for every thumbs up. This is a lot of fun to do. The tinfoil is a lot of fun to wear. Yesterday I was at lunch, and my sister said, what about Barron Trump being a time traveler? And I'm pretty plugged into wackiness. And I went, what? Barron Trump's a time traveler. And it was brand spanking new to me. So today I've gone down the wormhole, and most of these I'm going to talk about today I've seen before, and because I am pretty plugged in. This one was new to me. It's the idea that Barron Trump, son of Donald Trump, is either from the past or predicted from the past. The theory stems from Ingersoll Lockwood's 1890s book, Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey and the Last President. And it's the whole idea that you have this young man in New York City named Barron Trump, and he does all sorts of wild stuff. The books feature Barron Trump, a wealthy boy who lives in Trump Castle. He used to live in Trump Tower, close enough, with a mentor named Don. You can't make this up. Similarities between Barron Trump, as far as the name, the wealth, New York City, fueled conspiracies. It blew up apparently on TikTok over the last several years. There's also a connection in the book with Nikola Tesla, and y'all know that Tesla's papers were stolen or given to or taken by John Trump, Donald Trump's uncle. And that's the whole story. There's not a lot here on this one, but it made me go down the rabbit hole. I'm going to show you some either anachronistic stuff or ideas or thoughts or people that claimed it. Here we go. This one is outside of a DuPont chemical plant, 1938. There's no sound to this one, but we have these ladies either heading into or walking back or walking out of the DuPont chemical plant. And this lady comes by with maybe a cell phone up to her ear. People have speculated on it. There's a lot of theories. We'll get to a couple theories here in just a second, but there's theories about what this is. Up next is a painting, and I'll put the information down here, but this lady seems to be holding an iPhone, and this one's really, really old. I don't have the date in front of me, but it's old. Middle Ages? Sorry, Renaissance, somewhere in there, I believe. I don't know. Somebody in the comment section is going, Johnny, it's Impressionism. I have no idea what it is, but it's interesting. 1943, the New York Post talks about this. Sleuths on Facebook have spotted an odd-looking fellow in a black and white 1940s, it's from 1943, photograph where he appears to be using a device way too high-tech for the decade. And you got this guy, he's dressed a little different than everyone else. This is the middle of the war, and he's got a hat that's a little different, and he's holding something up to his face, maybe talking on a cell phone. One of the cell phone things I get going, there's another one in a minute, is that if they were talking on cell phones, they must be really good because there's no cell phone towers. But what do I know? All right, this guy, I'm in love with this guy. His name is Sergey Ponomarenko, and he shows up. This is a big story, pretty well documented, and then just sort of disappears. Here is an article just from the other day, from a year ago, The Enigma of Sergey Ponomarenko, a time traveler lost in Kyiv, unraveling the mysterious case of a man out of time from the 1950s Soviet Union to modern day Ukraine. Okay, you got Sergey Ponomarenko, alleged time traveler, appeared in Kyiv in 2006. He was wearing Soviet-era clothes, carried an antique camera, claimed to be from 1958 and born in 1932. He presented a Soviet ID from the 50s, listed birth year as 32, but he looked 25 to 30 years old. The camera photos, they took him and had him develop the film. Kids, ask your parents. The film that was in the camera, they had it developed, and he had vintage photography in there, pictures that he should not have been able to have. Camera photos showed a 1950s Kyiv, him and his fiance, and an alleged UFO. There's the UFO right there. Not that great of a pic, but it's a UFO pic and or a picture of Sasquatch. They're going to be blurry. Records found Sergey Ponomarenko went missing in 1958. His fiancee, now in her 70s as of 06, confirmed his identity, claimed he vanished, reappeared in the 50s, and sent a 2050 photo. Disappeared from custody while authorities consulted doctors. That's a wild one. You can chase that if you want to. I'm very interested in the UFO. And the UFO is finally the thing that he said that transported him. He was sucked up into a UFO or something, and they brought him there. All right, this one's fun. This is the Swiss ring watch, and this was unearthed in China. And it dated to the Ming Dynasty. There's not a lot on this one. Swiss ring watches were popular, I believe, in Europe in the 1800s. This one was found Ming Dynasty 1640s, 1650s, somewhere in there. All right, here's one that you may have seen before. It is the time-traveling hipster. You got this guy in a random picture, 1941. What we do know is this is legit. Like the video I showed you at the beginning, we know that that is all captured in camera. This picture, not photoshopped. It's definitely captured in camera. And it's from 1941. You got a guy wearing anachronistic glasses and a hoodie and a tee. This one's been pretty well debunked, but I really like this one because he's kind of cool. But people have searched and found out that's a hockey team logo. It's just rare that you saw people back then with graphic tees on, and that jacket seems a little out of place. The time-traveling hipster. All right, I was telling some friends about this one just the other day. It's from a Charlie Chaplin film, The Circus or Circus. And it's just a little bada bing, and you can find it on the DVD extra footage. And you got this lady walking by, and as you slow it down, and people that have gone through this, they'll see that she's talking and holding some sort of dark rectangle up to her ear. Seems like an iPhone to me. Long time ago. Finally, I got two more for you. The first is a theory of mine. I'm not big on time travel. A lot of these things that I talk about on Tinfoil Tuesday, I'm full believers in, probably more than I'll even admit to y'all. I don't know. Time travel doesn't seem to be a thing to me. Again, the Lord lives outside of time, and I understand that. But as far as actually traveling in time, I don't know. What do y'all think? That's the question of the day. Here is an idea called Pareidolia. In Pareidolia, we all experience this. We find meaning where there is none. We find familiar faces in the clouds, rabbits and puppy dogs and people, and we see alligators in the clouds. And there's no alligators in the clouds unless you've had a little wacky weed. But we find this idea, this phenomenon called Pareidolia, and we find meaning where there isn't. This is straight from everyone's favorite Wikipedia. It's the tendency for perception to impose a meaningful interpretation on a nebulous stimulus, usually visual, so that one detects an object pattern or meaning where there is none. Pareidolia is a specific but common type of apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things or ideas. So we find this. I think we see these old videos like the Charlie Chaplin lady, and you're going to love the last one, by the way. We got the Charlie Chaplin lady. A lot of folks that look at this, they think that maybe an early hearing device or hearing aid. Maybe the lady that was walking out of the DuPont factory might have been listening to a little transistor radio, which were very popular at the time. And we only perceive, Pareidolia, we only perceive the familiar, and we view it with the lenses of us. Finally, we get to this one. This is not doctored either. This is 1898 at a Yukon, up in the Yukon Territory, gold mine up in Canada. And we have a time traveling, this is real, this is not doctored, a time traveling Greta Thunberg. Get him, Greta.
How dare you?
Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday. We hope you sing along.
You want answers?
I like my suitcase.